Evelyn to Philip, May 24th, 1945. Dearest one, the two letters I received yesterday were dated May 7th and May 11th. The content of the latter made me very dejected. I had not built any daydreams on your coming home, but neither had I expected to be as it is. I dislike intensely the fact that you were transferred to the Air Corps. I never did care for the Air Corps that much anyway, as you know from past experience. In spite of your pleas to be of good heart, I can only say that I feel very bitterly about the whole rotten business. I get a heavy, sickening feeling every time I think that it may be years before we can get back to any semblance of a decent, normal life. I get so terribly disgusted and disillusioned. The 6-day week is a break for you, but it's about time something broke our way. Jack N. will certainly be glad to hear from you. And what do you mean by take a cue from you? I've been writing to Jack regularly, I'll have you know. How else would I be able to inform you of his doing? I understood that the point system was based on all happenings previous to May 18, 1945. Is this true? I've heard divided opinions on the subject and would like to know definitely. The Army itself is confused, and it will probably be some time before they themselves know what it's all about. All we can or have to do is sit tight and wait for them to come to. I feel that you should be given credit for the year in the enlisted reserve, especially since the Army saw fit to allow you a hash mark and longevity pay. That in itself constitutes recognition of the length of service. However, it seems that the Army isn't always fair to those who most deserve consideration. I also feel that your age is an important factor, especially since it is such a governing factor in the draft. But who am I to feel? Got to bed a little earlier last night. I lowered the hem on the greenish-colored dress I bought last week because it was just a little too short, and ironed a few pieces. Adele has enough dresses, but they're either too short or too long. I'm always putting them up or taking them down. Called Dot first thing this morning, as today is her 4th anniversary and I forgot to send her a card. By the way, I was surprised that you sent something to my dad for Father's Day. I've thought and thought and thought about what to send you for the same occasion, and somehow I always draw a blank. I know you could always use a package of food, but I want to get you something personal. Perhaps you could suggest something. But if you came home, well, Goldie's leaving for Poughkeepsie next weekend. She will train to New York, and her dad will meet her there with his car and take her the rest of the way. Her dad is hiring a crib, carriage, etc., and all the necessities so that it will not be necessary for her to ship any of her belongings. Mom will definitely accompany her, only to New York. Well, sweet, haven't much more room, so we'll close with the old but always new, I adore you, sweet. Your Ev.